Microdose, yeah. Microdose. Microdose. Microdose, dose. Microdose. Microdose, dose. Microdose. Microdose, dose.
What's good, y'all? Sativa American Kush Hayes here, coming to you with another edition of the Microdose special edition. I'm here with a friend of the family, now a member of the family, director, martial artist, Len Kabasinski. What's good, man? How you doing tonight?
Thanks for having me on again. I'm excited about this because now the movie we're going to discuss, I guess you could say, is a movie film we're going to discuss is really close to my heart. I've probably seen it 50 times, so I'm very excited about it. But on my end, yeah, I'm hopefully launching an Indiegogo or Kickstarter kind of thing in a month or two here for my film Pact of Vengeance, which I got. Maybe you've heard of him. Leo Fong, who played Low Blow, is in it, or maybe you've heard of this guy, Samurai Cop, Matt Carradas. He's agreed to be in it, and John Mickle-Thor from Rock and Roll Nightmare. So, and he might even write some original tunes for the movie, as I was messaging him last week about it. So I'm pretty excited to see if I can get the funds going for that. And then if so, I think with, again, everything's so tied up with COVID and everything like that, like travel restrictions and all that kind of shit that, hopefully as we go into summertime and stuff, that kind of stuff might be a little more lax by then as people get vaccines and all, if they do that kind of thing. I'm not a real political person, so I get vaccinated because I work at a hospital. So, you know what I mean? Just like the flu shot, if people don't get it, I don't care. I'm really not super political on any means. So if I say something that's offensive, Len gets vaccinated. Holy shit, we're gonna just what do you do on YouTube? Do you not follow people? What's that called? You unsubscribe. But I'm hoping to shoot Pact of Vengeance in the summertime, man. So that's the goal for me.
Okay, it's cool. I don't think something like a vaccine should be political, but we're cutting in and out a little bit. So did you actually get vaccinated yet?
I did. Because
Far out, man.
I work at a hospital, so it makes sense for me. I'm around a lot of kids, obviously. I teach martial arts and things like that, and it makes sense. Sometimes I know the whole evil empire kind of thing, or aura about that kind of stuff, but at the same time, I think there's got to be good people in science, right? I mean, there has to be. So I'm hoping science defeats something like this, and we have got good people, and that's why people can say, well, God's going to fix it or God's going to fix that. I think God made the smart people to fix the problems with the science they learned, is my take on all that stuff. So I'm hoping it works and everybody's getting healthy and staying safe out there.
That's great, man. And you got both doses already.
I get the second one in like 2 weeks.
Okay. Any soreness of the arm? Any symptoms?
Yeah, I mean, my arm was sore for like a day and a half. Symptoms for me, I had the chills at that night, and then that was it. So I had a shitty 24 hours maybe, but I'll take that. So it was like a bad day. But then I know people that have gotten it that live in Manhattan and stuff like that, and they said no, it was fine. They had no problems. So everybody's different, man. So but mine was bad for like a day, and that was it.
I got the email that said my local hospitals got them on standby, and they're going to roll them out, on a who needs it more importantly basis. So I'm not expecting my dose anytime soon, but I feel like that's great news for my mom. I feel like this is a step in the right direction, and I for the first time in over a year, I feel like optimistic about something. So that's great news, dude.
I know, but it makes me optimistic because I think, man, I'm going to get back to filmmaking. I'm going to get back to doing stuff. And not that I couldn't do something now, but, I'm not having Leo travel. He's 92 years old or whatever, you know what I mean? Not that he would, but I wouldn't even ask him to do that kind of thing. So, I want things to get back to normal so I can get back to normal.
Yes, exactly. It would be nice to work again. I miss it a lot. So that's a very unexpected and fantastic announcement you got for us. We're going to just go into the other one. You and I are doing a series now. Later today, you and I are going to talk about The King of the Kickboxers, directed by Lucas Lowe. And we don't have a name for the series yet. I've got two on my brain. I've got Cinema Gauntlet, which no one seems to be using right now. And I'm like, all right, we'll put that in the maybe pile. And then I got Cushion Cab. Okay. And I was like, well, that's also cute, but I'm still using them as placeholders. So But you and I are going to be doing a series. We're going to be doing this 6 times over the year. It's going to lead to a big virtual roundtable. You, me, the co-host of Sweet Science Cinema, Hall of Famer Jameel Hemphill. We're all going to be talking about a fantastic movie that I'm yet to announce, but we'll get to that sooner than later. I want to take this time, though, and get to know you a little bit better, Len. You've already been on the Microdose once. Tell us about you. Are you a native to Erie, Pennsylvania, or are you from somewhere else?
No. Yeah, I'm from Erie, Pennsylvania, which for people that don't know, Erie is situated, it's kind of in a cool spot, especially for filmmaking and stuff, because you're really close to like 3 major cities.
Mm-hmm.
So for people to come in and out of town to film stuff, I've got, Debbie Dutch comes in from LA. I've worked with her several times, or Donna Hamblin comes in from Las Vegas. I've worked with her several times, but everybody's airlines or whatever they use, different hubs and things. But Erie's really cool because we're 2 hours from Pittsburgh. We're less than 2 hours from Cleveland, and we're like 80 minutes or so from Buffalo. So we're in a cool spot in between 3 larger cities, and it kind of makes it nice. But yeah, Erie, PA obviously is right on Lake Erie, basically. I don't know what our population is here, 300,000, 400,000, I don't know, something like that. But I'm from there. I've kind of lived all over. The bulk of my life has been in Erie. I lived in East Rutherford, New Jersey for a while. While I worked as a therapist in Yonkers, New York. So I lived there and stuff. I lived in Buffalo for a couple years. I lived in Pittsburgh for a few years. But Erie's home, and now that I have kids and stuff like that, I bought a house, got kids. I'm not going anywhere. So.
All right. How did you get into martial arts? You've been doing this for long enough that you've got multiple belts in different disciplines.
Well, it started. I had taken Goshinjutsu karate, Japanese karate, that my dad got me into because my dad is a black belt.
How far out?
But you go through things in life, and my parents get divorced. I think I was up to like a green belt maybe or something like that in Goshinjutsu. But then the family kind of breaks apart, and I'm not saying I rebelled against it and didn't want to go because my dad wanted me to go, kind of thing. But you're mad, you're young, stuff like that. And that's what sucks when families break up, is then you miss the things. And so you fast forward a couple of years, and I end up going back, but I don't go back to Goshinjutsu this time. I went back to Korean martial arts and Tang Sudo and Taekwondo. Tang Sudo is a style that Chuck Norris is a grandmaster in, I believe. So he kind of made Tang Sudo famous, even though Taekwondo gets the popularity because of the Olympics, and it tends to have more of the dojos around the country kind of thing. But yeah, when I compete in really traditional forms and stuff like that in Taekwondo. So anyways, I get my black belt probably in the late 90s, I imagine. I was probably in my early 20s when I got my first degree black belt. But now, as I've been training at Team TKO Erie here. And funny thing is this season, in fact, it airs tonight. It's been on for, I think this is the second week of it, is a show called Undercover Billionaire on the Discovery Channel. It is a Undercover Billionaire Comeback City program that airs at 10 p.m. Eastern on Discovery, Wednesday nights on Discovery. And they did an episode on TKO Erie, where they come in, and I guess I'm a very minor part of it. I'm a black belt instructor there and stuff. And I'm there to work with his fighters and competitors, because I do that myself. I always do forms and weapons and stuff too, but as I teach and stuff, my primary teachings are kata and fighting, point sparring and stuff. So, and in terms of rank and stuff, I am going for my master's rank, my black belt master's rank at the end of next month. So that'll be an exciting time. It is actually the day I'm hopefully getting my master's rank is actually on my son's birthday. So it would be a really, really cool thing for me.
How many dragons do you have to slay to get this master's rank?
I'm not sure, but at this point I'm ready. I'm ready to take on whatever, So I'm going to say probably not more than 3.
Okay. Oh, all right. That sounds simple. Only 3? Come on.
Only 3.
Only 3. When did you decide that? Yeah, you can start doing movies. You've been doing movies for over 16 years now. When did you take that first step forward? Like, what was your formal training? Is there formal training involved?
Yeah. I think people would love to debate that one. No, of course, there was no formal training. It was all, I always wanted to get into it. And I actually went to college here, Gannon University in Erie, PA here. And then I went on to graduate an Associates of Science from the University of Pittsburgh. But in my bachelor's degree, it was communications, but I kind of had a split major where I did theater as well. So I was doing a lot of stage, fight choreography for plays and things like that. And I think that's something maybe most don't know about me is, I'm not just a karate person when I choreograph. I've done slapstick comedies. I've done obviously Shakespeare and stuff. I've done all kinds of stuff. I've done Carrie the musical, which was one of my favorites to do. I've done Night of the Living Dead, all this kind of stuff, fight choreography or stage fighting kind of stuff isn't so much. There's not very many opportunities to do like martial art fighting on the stage, but I got to do that in movies and stuff. But I always kind of wanted to do film, but as I graduate there in the, we're talking mid 90s, there was no mini DV revolution for indie horror yet. You couldn't really make movies for $10,000 and things like that with your mini DV camera and stuff and still get out to a video store and stuff like you could in say like 2003 and 2004 when Brain Damage Films and all this stuff is going out. The editor of my first movie, Swamp Zombie, shot his movie Cottontail about a killer bunny and stuff. And he was out all over the place. They got him out everywhere. Shot on a Canon XL1 or whatever it was called. But anyways, the ball I think got rolling when I went to some horror movie conventions, which were obviously more popular back in like 2004, 2003, 2000, that kind of era. You got these conventions all over the country, Fangoria's in New York City and Chicago and LA. You had Cinema Wasteland still doing stuff. They might still be doing stuff. I'm not sure. But anyways, there was a ton of them at the time. And I went to one in Cleveland that Robert Zadar was at, who played Maniac Cop. And he actually got me into the first movie I was ever in as an extra. I was a zombie extra in a movie called Zombiegeddon, directed by Chris Watson. And I still talk to Chris Watson to this day. We're big Kung Fu film fans and all that kind of stuff. And so I kind of, Chris showed me the ropes that, Len, you don't have to have a $500,000 budget and try to shoot on 35 millimeter film and use equipment. You would have no idea what to do because you can't afford to hire a crew to do it. So, he kind of showed me. I've got a Sony 2000X or whatever he used to shoot Zombiegeddon. And it kind of got the wheels turning that, hey, I think I could get together if I work some overtime at the hospital and do this or that or this or that. I might get a $10,000 budget together and be able to shoot a movie called Swamp Zombies. And it kind of, Chris gave me a confidence level that, I could jump in and do it with equipment that would be affordable within my means kind of thing. So that's how it all kind of got started.
I understand Roger Corman, who's the king of the B films. You know him very well. It doesn't matter what movie he's doing. It's always a flat number. They're all the same flat number. And no matter how many sequels they generate, the least amount of profit they start making, that's when he goes, well, all right, I'm done with Carnosaur 5.
Right. I'm done with Blood Fist. Right.
Are you doing a similar gimmick where it's just X amount of dollars? This is what I'm going to raise, no more, no less. And that's how we roll, or?
Anymore, especially like going forward, the Kickstarters and Indiegogo, the crowdfunding stuff and all that. For a movie like Pact of Vengeance, I would be pretty dependent on it kind of thing, just because it'll have to be the biggest budget I've ever worked with. And aside from that, the biggest budget I probably worked with was probably Challenge of 5 Gauntlets. And that, man, we shot that in total, maybe $10,000. I mean, I won't be able to get it. I won't be able to get Pact of Vengeance done for that. Double that, and I can probably get it done the way it needs to be done, kind of thing. But I think it would be worth it. I think the script is fun. But if Pact were to say fall through and not go, then I would think about funding my own kind of film. Something where if I lose money on it, okay, so be it. That's not my goal, obviously. But I can do a movie like Blood Prism for $3,000 or something, and at least I'm still working and expressing myself and getting things out there. But my goal would obviously to be Pact of Vengeance, and if it doesn't raise the funds I need to get it done, I would put my own money up into a much smaller project where I can say, hey, if I do X, this, my Patreon is trying to build the Patreon. Patreon could fund those kinds of smaller type films like that. So that's kind of how I would go about it. So, but in terms of like sequels and things where if it doesn't make X, we're done with that. I don't know. Who wants to see Swamp Zombies 3? I don't know. If you do, comment on my Patreon or YouTube or whatever you're watching. So.
I think that's a great spot to stop. Please plug the Patreon again and everything else you got going on here.
Check out the Patreon. It's patreon.com/KillerWolfFilms. It's only $2. All my films are on there that you can watch via private links and stuff like that. However, I've started to put on movies that now you can download at your convenience, and they're yours to keep forever in your library or whatever. Like I put up Skull Forest. I put up Challenge of 5 Gauntlets. with me and Leo Fong. This next week, I'm putting up Angel of Reckoning. So there's 3 movies that are downloads. They're yours. Sign up for $2. You can sign up at any level, but I only ask for $2, and it's movies, podcasts, all that kind of stuff is on there. So and you help fund future stuff. So I'm wearing my Obliterators patch.
Excellent.
It's a fundraiser thing for Pact to Vengeance. Those will be available to $5 patrons coming up in February here, and then I'll do like a promo poster with it and things like that. So we're kind of getting the ball rolling. Hopefully summer and stuff brings us into filmmaking again. So I'm ready.
That's what's up. Well, I'm not 100% sure when we're literally dropping this microdose, but I can tell you, January 27th, me and Hall of Famer Jameel Hemphill talking sweet science cinema. We'll be discussing the film Creed. Jameel and I are going to be doing this also 6 times a year. We'll be discussing the best films of boxing. You're going to hear some great white hype, some original Rocky. Raging Bull might squeeze its way in there, but keep your eyes out for that every other month here on the Bosnet. Also, tune in more episodes of the Microdose. Here, you can find us on Spotify, YouTube now. If you like to watch your podcast, check us out on YouTube. It's just a static graphic, but why not? Check us out, me and Len Kabasinski, February 24th. That's a Wednesday.
That's my son Kane's birthday is February 24th. Yep.
February 24th. Well, on Kane's birthday, we're going to be dropping this brand new series yet to be named, but you're going to love it. We're going to be talking King of the Kickboxers. It's already coming in on fire. We haven't even recorded the first syllable yet, but tune in for that. I've been Kush Hayes.
And I'm Len Kabasinski.
That's what's up. We'll talk to you in a bit, folks. Thank you.
Microdose, 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 yeah, microdose.
From the Bosnet family.
That'll be an exciting time. It is actually the day I'm hopefully getting my master's rank is actually on my son's birthday. So it would be a really, really cool thing for me.
How many dragons do you have to slay to get this master's rank?
I'm sorry, you cut out on me.
Shit.
Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to Kush and Kai.
And you're like, oh no, bitch, don't do it.
Kush,
I'm coming for you.
the Queen's Gambit.
I wish I had jumped on the train when it had left the station.
I thought it was going to lead to the story about him being gay.
That's
But,
stupid.
yeah.
Syphilis and or hepatitis do not kill you within a week.
He's fucking shit up. Fucking some mousy redheaded bitches.
But
Wait,
before,
I'm about to ask about that.
before we go into that,
The Queen's G. All spoilers.
I want a story where he was actually stabbed by another chess player during a game.
Why does he have the knife?
This motherfucker is racking up thousands of dollars. Okay.
The Queen's Gambit.
Sometimes I get it mixed up with the brother from another planet.
All spoilers.
So if you want to feel like a pipe-smoking, leather-elbowed intellectual,
Kush and Kai.
New Year's Eve
There it is.
from the Bosnet family.
From the Bosnet family.
Adventures in Heels. Here we are. Thank you so much.
Today's guest, Dan Stover, is a longtime friend of mine.
We have big dreams. We want to make our dent in the world.
If you just chase money, you're not going to be on that emotional roller coaster. The only thing that you're going to be tied to is the dollars.
It really is true what they say. It is just a different ball game, maybe even a different sport entirely. It is a very vulnerable experience.
Adventures in Heels. Available on all podcast platforms. Exclusively from the Bosnet family.
I told you I wouldn't curse, but I did.